Welcome back to the breakdown, where today we're going to take a look at players from the MLS to Brazil to Argentina, all the way up to the Premier League, starting off with the Austrian Bundesliga. But we have 15 players for you guys today. Let's go ahead, let's get right into it. Starting off in the Austrian Bundesliga, we have Sturm Graz's Mika Biereth, just a very young striker, 21 years old, from Denmark. He's absolutely catching fire this season. He's, of course, as I've already mentioned, 21 years old, and he's scoring a goal about every 100 minutes. It's 7 goals in 9 appearances, which 7 goals is already a career high for the Dane. He's also had an assist to his game, showing his versatility up front. This could be a breakout season for him, and I'm excited to see what he does over the course of this season. He's also playing in Europe for Sturm Graz at this moment. He's made an appearance in both Champions League matches for Sturm Graz against Brestois as well as Club Bruges. Yet to find a goal in Europe, but if he starts ticking away goals in European competitions, we could see a move to a much bigger league, possibly even a top 5 league for the Dane. Up next, we're going to talk about an Argentinian talent, the next big playmaker from Argentina, Thiago Fernandez, currently playing his club ball at Vélez Sarsfield. Vélez, I believe, maybe how you're pronouncing it. Same club we've seen Thiago Almada come from, where he's played in the MLS for Atlanta United. He's moved back, playing in Brazil currently, and he's going to make a move to the French league, I believe, in the next coming months as well. I think it's going to be in January or the following season. But 10 goal contributions and 16 starts for the Argentine. It's been a very, very good start for him. Start to life in Argentina for him. High expectations for him. His vision and playmaking are definitely going to make him one to watch this season. Moving back across the pond to Europe, we've got Jacob Ondrejka, Royal Antwerp's winger. He's extremely outperforming his expectations this season. He's at just 22 years old. He's racked up 6 goal contributions in 8 starts, outperforming his XG currently of 2.12. Not only is he finding the back of the net, he's also creating chances out on the wing, being able to go wide, being able to cut inside and score goals. He's been able to show that he can do it all so far in the Belgian Pro League. He's created 5 big chances for the second place club in Belgium currently. A dynamic winger that we could see on the big stage very soon. Now we have Sem Stein moving along to the Eredivisie, a little bit higher level now. Sem Stein of FC Twente, a midfield maestro, you could call him. He's been absolutely electric this season. 7 goals, 1 assist. Let me make sure I get that right. Yes, because he did score yesterday. I want to make sure that I didn't get my timing off, where I maybe wrote this down before he got that 7th goal of the season. But 8 goal contributions in 8 appearances in the league this season. He's been one of the top performers in the Dutch league without a doubt this season. While he hasn't scored in Europe so far, he has made performances against Fenerbahce as well as Manchester United. He's been on the pitch for both of those draws, 1-1 draws in Europe so far for FC Twente. He could be the spark to take their game to the next level this season. Obviously, they're competing in the Europa League already. Can he take them out of the league phase? Can he get his goal scoring in the Eredivisie to another level? And can he prove it in the Europa League and catch the eyes of some European clubs? Now moving along, we've got Jack McGlynn back across the pond to the MLS. We're going with Philadelphia Union's Jack McGlynn, as I've already stated. Just 21 years old, McGlynn is, and he's been brilliant in what has been a very bad Philadelphia side compared to history. 8 goal contributions and a 7.35 average rating on SofaScore this season. McGlynn is proving himself as a creative force in midfield. He's definitely someone that can make the jump to European soccer sooner rather than later. Now moving just south of the border, we've got Marcel Ruiz playing for Toluca in Liga MX. He's been pretty quiet this season. The 23-year-old has held his own in what has been one of the older leagues. We talk about retirement leagues, the MLS, the Saudi League. Liga MX does not have a lot of young talent, and this 23-year-old with just 1 goal this season has shown that he can hang with the older men, and there's room for improvement in his game. He remains a player to keep an eye on. I'm not very hopeful for him in this sense. I think we see a lot of Mexican players make the jump before they're 23. Santiago Jimenez, I believe, made the jump before then. Irving Lozano. We obviously have Araujo, who played for Barcelona and is now the Mexican Araujo, who's now playing at Bournemouth, so on and so forth. So I think that maybe he's a little late to the party, but if there was a player it would be Marcel Ruiz to keep an eye on, a potential jump to a big. Now, moving even further south into Brazil, we've got Estavio. I'm not quite sure if I pronounced this completely correct, but he's playing in Brazil for Palmeiras, just 17 years old. He's played 23 matches, and he will be joining Chelsea in July of 2025. So maybe this isn't really a breakout season because he's already been recruited by Chelsea, but he's too good not to talk about. 9 goals, 7 assists, 16 goal contributions in just 23 matches. I believe this is his first season as a professional. He may have gotten 1 or 2 appearances last season as well. He's already outperforming his XG of 6.08. He's made 2 appearances for the Brazil national team, the senior team. We're not talking U21s. We're not talking U18s. We're talking a 17-year-old, similar to Endrick. Endrick just left to Real Madrid at this age. 17 years old, 2 appearances for Brazil. Yet to find a goal for Brazil. The hype is real, and it's only going to grow from here. It's not peaked yet. The hype for this guy is unreal. He's moving to Chelsea in July 2025, as I mentioned. Another winger in Chelsea's books. We'll have to see what they do there, but this one could be a player for the future. Moving along to Denmark, maybe a not as flashy league that we're going to talk about this time around. We have a player that's truly breaking out. Serginho of Viborg. He currently plays in the Danish Super League. He's 23 years old, Cape Verde international. So again, not flashy by international standards as well, but 8 goal contributions and 10 appearances so far for the right winger. Impressive start in the league. One to keep an eye on in Denmark. Obviously, Viborg is not playing in European competitions this season, so we're only going to be able to see what he can do in the Danish league, which is a little disappointing. But taking a look at Viborg, they currently sit all the way in 8th in the table with 22 goals, 21 conceded. So the problems there at Viborg are defensive. Serginho's doing what he can to keep the goal contributions up as they look to push on this season. Moving along to England, but we're going to go to the Championship, a player that I really think has really had opportunities given to him by other players moving on. A player who probably wouldn't have gotten as many minutes at all had Jack Clark not departed. It's Sunderland's Romain Mundil, another rising star, just 21 years old. He's only starting because of Jack Clark's departure, as I've already stated, but he's making the most of it. He scored 3 goals off of just 1.14 XG. 3 straight games of scoring. He hasn't had a match rating below 7.1 since he became the starter. His dribbling and creativity are really turning heads in the Championship this season. I'm excited to see what he can do. Obviously, Sunderland, top of the league going into this week. It'll be very interesting to see if first of all, Sunderland can hold on to that position. I believe they're still top of the league after beating Leeds on a Friday. Let me pull it up real quick so I don't get this one wrong. Yes, Sunderland's still top of the table, just above Sheffield United, who are currently unbeaten, actually. So the fact Sunderland are ahead of them is really impressive. 6 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses for Sunderland. Again, I think Romain Mundel is going to be a player for the future and possibly a player we see work his way into the England squad as he makes a move to the Premier League in the future. If we take a look at him a little bit further, obviously another player turning heads this season, Joe Bellingham. From there, 1 goal, 1 assist so far this season. I think the goal he scored was a banger, if I remember it correctly. Now we're moving along south of England to Portugal. We've got the Porto striker, Samuel Omorodion. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that last name, but we'll call him Samuel for the purpose of this video. At just 20 years old, he has 7 goals in 5 starts this season for Porto. Even though he's only started 5 out of 7 matches he's played, he's already one of the most efficient strikers in the league. Keep an eye on him. I think he'll do great things. 2 goals against Manchester United during the midweek fixtures last week, a week ago, from when this video is being published. So, one to watch for sure. And I think Porto have got a star on in their hands, and he's Spanish international as well. I think he's been playing for the U21s, but we could see him make a move to the senior Spain side if he continues to put the sort of output that he has currently. In League One, we're going to talk about Monaco. There's, again, a lot of established names in France right now, a lot of players that people already know, a lot of players who have already had breakout seasons previously. We're going to go with Elias Ben Seguir of Monaco. With 2 goals and 2 assists in 6 starts and only 1 big chance missed. He's already outperforming his XG of 0.99. So obviously his expected goals is about 1. He's got 2 goals. So That's pretty solid. And of course, he's of Moroccan descent, winning bronze at the Olympics this summer with the Moroccan national or youth national team, the U21 side or U23 side, excuse me, showing he has international pedigree as well, being able to go out into the Olympics and perform and get opportunities and bring home a bronze medal to Morocco. He's also already playing for the Moroccan national team, where he's gotten a goal and assist already in World Cup qualification currently. Again, performing on an international level. He'll get a move to a big side, or even stay in the French league and continue to perform at the level he is. We see his international teammate Hakimi, of course, playing for PSG, formerly of Real Madrid, performing as well. Now we've got the oldest player on this list by about 2 years, Omar Marmoush of Frankfurt. He's obviously been in the Bundesliga for a few years, having played previously with Wolfsburg. He's got 12 goal contributions in 6 appearances. I mean, that alone tells you how good this player is. 8 goals, 4 assists. He's been a key figure for Frankfurt this season. He's also making waves in Egypt, scoring in key matches. This is a player who's hitting his prime, and I would expect a very big club that's struggling for goals to come snatch him up very soon. He's creative, he's strong, he's fast, he's able to do it all in that 9 position. Now we've got Nico Paz, playing for Como in Italy. The Argentinian midfielder is pulling the strings with 2 assists and 5 big chances created in his 6 appearances in the Serie A this season. He's proving himself as a key playmaker for what isn't a fantastic side this season. At 20 years old, his future in the Serie A does look bright, no matter what happens to Como this season. A player that may be quite a surprise to quite a few of you, Espanyol's goalkeeper, Joan Garcia. Yes, I will tell you, Espanyol's kept 1 clean sheet in 9 games this season. However, you have to look at the underlying numbers, which is 3.41 expected goals prevented by Garcia. He's making nearly 5 saves per match, and while Espanyol may be struggling, they'd be in far worse shape if he was not there. The next player we're going to talk about is a Premier League player, and the final player we're actually going to be talking about, Premier League player. I've been talking about this player, it feels like, since the week 1 of the season. It's John Duran. Aston Villa's Colombian striker, 20 years old, has scored 4 goals off the bench this season in the Premier League. I believe he's yet to start a single game in the Premier League this season. His athleticism and his power just make him an impact player. Some of the shots he pulls off, the confidence it takes, the strength it takes to just get that much power behind a shot is unbelievable. And I believe that he will get a big move to a big club. And Unai Emery is going to be struggling to keep this man on his team. He's got to find a way to get a 2-striker formation for Watkins and Duran to get the minutes that they both deserve. Right now it's being split about 60-30, but he is the super sub of the Premier League this season. And it makes sense. It's no surprise that Chelsea were sniffing around looking to get his signature this summer. And of course, also other clubs in West Ham. That wraps up today's video of the breakdown. Let me know what you guys think. Who is your breakthrough star this season, maybe for your club, maybe for your country, maybe for just your league in general, a player you've enjoyed watching? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next video.